Begin recording. No, it's not made for kids. Next.
Hide your children.
Okay. All right, are we live? Oh, go, of course.
You have to push the button.
Yeah, all right.
We're in the future now. Button pushing is happening.
That's it. Okay, I'll worry about moderating later. Are we live? Yes, we are.
Well, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We're all decked out for Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, I forgot to put your ears on.
Don't worry about it. We're all good. We're all trekked out because I figure why not. We haven't done a cigar review video in a while.
It has been a couple of months, I think.
Yeah, you've been busy with stuff.
Oh.
I've been busy with stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, life can be difficult at the best of times and the worst of times. As far as it goes, yeah, aside with it being Halloween, also, unfortunately, I can't partake in it this year, but
No.
this is kind of my go, getting all trekked out, so
Yay.
it's all good. Also, it's the World Series going on.
Mm-hmm. Play ball.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a very difficult one to call because you have the best. It's literally you have two teams that have just stomped on top of everyone. The Dodgers with their star $800 million player.
Yikes.
I've seen him. The stuff I've seen him do this year, it's just I've never seen anybody do. He's like a generational talent.
Oh, wow. That's
Like
awesome.
literally, I'd have to say maybe once in a century.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the greats.
There, I think there's going to be some long-standing records that may, on paper, look like they may never be broken, but I think will be broken by him. And also,
Very cool.
you got the New York Yankees, long-storied franchise. There's not much else you can say about them. They've done everything as far as the sport of baseball goes. Which leads us to here. So we are trying the Ferguson Jenkins Toro 6.5 by 52, handmade by San Giuseppe Cigars from the Dominican Republic. Of course, this would help if I had a cutter.
You didn't bring one?
I usually do, and of course it's in my other bag. This is some of the stuff we normally do because we don't think of everything when we're almost done.
I was thinking of stuff, but we decided to jump the gun and just hit record.
All right. Yeah, because that's kind of what we do.
Off the cuff.
All right. Lighter, lighter, lighter. Other cigar for later.
Yep.
Here we are.
Cutter.
Yeah, so basically, some athletes, they have their own brands of barbecue sauce, or in this case, cigars,
Shoes.
Or clothing line. 20 years ago, I thought Wayne Gretzky had a phenomenal clothing line. He's not doing that so much because he's doing other stuff. I don't know if he smokes cigars. I almost think he doesn't.
Well, I'd expect him to.
But if anyone's got any information on that, feel free to just drop a comment and let us know. So, yeah, this is... Oh, that's a nice label.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, that is a very nice label. Yeah, as you can see, it sort of bears his likeness, has his name, and as far as Canadian baseball players goes, he is one of the best talents in Canada. Oh,
that smells so nice.
That's a mighty fine
I can't wait to
stick.
light this up.
That is a mighty fine stick. Yeah, so
Thank you for coming over.
no problem.
I know it hasn't started yet, but I always appreciate
No
when you stop
worries.
by.
It's been long overdue.
Mm.
But yeah, this is going to be, I think, a real good stick. Just on scent alone, and we haven't lit it, it's like, I have to say it's a solid 8.
Yeah, it's up there. Like 8.5, 8, yeah. This is gonna be good.
There you are, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Also, just to be safe. Okay. Just to help with the draw.
That's a good idea.
Normally I would use like just a pipe cleaner, but this is fine too.
That's tightly packed.
Yeah, construction looks like it's been good. And yeah, we are gonna light this, as you can see this, but we have cedar planks, so we get it in case anyone's gonna.
We're doing it right.
Yeah.
Don't yell at us. Keep your
But-
comments to yourself. You meanies.
But we're all good. Yeah, I am looking forward to this for a long time, and because it is the World Series, I think this cigar is highly appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that smells so good. And that's just the cedar wood.
Oh, that is a very fine stick. Absolutely dig it. Yeah. Yeah, and that initial draw, like,
That is nice.
yeah, that is fantastic. And yeah, the stats for this cigar, like I mentioned, size, it's 6.5 by 52. Strength is medium. So, somewhere in the middle. The FJ31 cigar, handmade and hand rolled in the Dominican.
Ooh.
Finest tobacco was catered specifically to Fergie's tastes, so he had a say in it, which is good because his good name.
Is going on him.
Yeah, and he's basically putting everything on the line there. Cigar is medium bodied, with a creamy and bold flavor. Yeah,
Yup.
yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
can attest to
definitely
that.
got
Yeah. What else? And even burn. Yeah.
I'm having trouble with mine, but I'm sure we'll even out once I get more of it going.
As long as it doesn't canoe on me, I'm good. What else?
Yeah.
Cigar was released opening day 2023 and proceeded to sell out within 8 hours.
And it's that new.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a year old.
Yeah, this is a cigar that's been on the
Year,
market for
3
just
months,
2
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Just barely 2 years. Yeah. Yeah, cigar is one of the most popular cigars since opening day 2023. Over 250 boxes have been sold. Smoke what Fergie smokes. Well, we are smoking it. And yeah, I've already mentioned to you the kind of player he was earlier. That was just as we were setting up. He's from Chatham, Ontario. He was a pitcher. He struck out 3,000 batters, walked less than 1,000. That's a stat line that is just beyond unreal.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, even though he was a pitcher, he did hit 15 home runs.
Really?
Yeah. Pitchers are not known as being hitters because they don't get a lot of time on the plate. They get a lot of time throwing stuff over the plate.
Yep.
That's kind of about it. So that's as far as I can say as him goes. And as far as the World Series goes, this year's World Series, it's going to be too tough to call.
You're not placing any bets?
I don't gamble anymore. Well, we've already had this discussion.
Yep.
But these two teams haven't met not since in the World Series, not since 1981.
Oh, wow. It's 42 years, 43 years?
About that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Look at me doing math.
But yeah, I think it's going to be a good series. I'm not going to say it's going to be 4 games because that would be ridiculous to call. It's going to probably go full 7, and this year's baseball season will end November 2nd. That's the only thing I will predict. Outside of that, what do you got plans for Halloween?
I haven't even thought about that, but I guess that would be this weekend. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of parties coming up this weekend.
Yes.
Halloween is actually next week.
yeah, it's on a Thursday, Friday, I think.
It's a Thursday.
It's a Thursday? Okay, so this weekend I'm probably going to the rec room a couple of times because Tyler's doing something on Sunday and they have a costume contest on.
Nice. I wish I could
Saturday,
be there,
so
but this is
I'm
kind
gonna-
of my Halloween night.
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. So me and the not girlfriend might head there and see if we can win with our costume.
I don't see any reason why you can't.
Well, I got that new Wolverine costume.
I can't wait to see that.
Oh, it's pretty. I've got the Wolverine costume from the X-Men cartoon that we watched, and then
A new one?
Yep.
Awesome.
And then I have the brand new Deadpool Wolverine leather thing. It's just beastly.
I wish I had time to watch that third movie in theaters.
It was so good. I saw it twice in theater.
It's just I just did not have the time with everything that's gone on. But you know what? I'm just gonna buy the damn movie. I'll make the time, and that's just it. And I'll get the special edition with all the bells and whistles because that's the way to go.
There's so much more Easter eggs than that apparently. I saw some like extra footage of like extra characters just having different scenes. It's like, well, I'll have to buy that and watch the extra footage.
Oh, exactly.
It was just an Easter egg machine. Like that movie was just like, I don't know how many times I cheered when I saw something on camera, and like I was calling things out before it happened, and when it did happen, I was like, vindication.
Actually, since I've recently moved and gotten all set up and whatever, I don't have a PS4 yet. Don't have a PS5. So if you're gonna give me flack, I don't really care because I don't.
We don't play video games. There's really no point. I honestly just use it as YouTube and my other streaming services.
I do have video games. I am currently playing Deadpool for PS3.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've seen that online. It's pretty
a
funny.
Yeah, it's a trip.
It's a trip, yeah.
It's great. I have no regrets buying that game. And I remember when I was looking for it used, I found the last used copy in the country at EB Games here in London.
Nice.
I was like, I'm very happy I'm getting this and everything's in it.
Rightfully so.
So as soon as I get a chance, I will sit back, kill some time and brain cells,
Yep.
and just enjoy playing some video games and do some major button mashing.
Yep. You gotta treat yourself every once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
You work too hard. You gotta
No, it's just
literally take a step back and smell the roses, and in this case, button mash.
yeah. But no, it was pretty good. Since then, I've been playing that and playing Lollipop Chainsaws. I have other games, but I've just been going back and forth between those two.
I've never played that, but I see the cosplayers dressed up like her all the time.
Oh yeah, and if it looks great, if they pull it off right, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As far as there was the one thing I'd like to see, unfortunately, because Sony decided to just digitize future releases of games, which really sucks because I prefer owning the physical copy. But that's a decision I have no say in, and I'm sure no one else does. The one thing I would have loved to have seen, and I've seen it before with other video games, is I would like to see a soundtrack with the music in those games. Because I think Lollipop Chainsaw, that game alone, just on music alone, has literally the most put together music from start to finish. Even the same thing with BMX XXX. Literally, it is literally basically a Gen X 1990s anthem soundtrack.
Nice. That's making a heck of a comeback. I watch YouTubers that react to music in movies, and they're younger than us.
Yeah.
So they're experiencing our music and our movies and our pop culture for the first time, and it's absolutely fascinating how these people are like becoming better. Male, female, black, white, doesn't matter. They watch our stuff and the hate goes away, the craziness goes away. They start like, oh, I feel for this character, and it's like, well, that's because it was well written.
Oh, I know.
We were spoiled in the 80s and 90s. Like, we got the best of everything.
Oh,
Like, if you wanted strong female characters, we got you. You want like a gay Batman, Superman, we got you. You want like end of the world, the planet doesn't exist after this. Yeah, we got that. Titan AE. Like seriously, there was so many movies and so many things that challenged our fragile little brains.
Oh, I know. And I'm trying to remember if I've seen Titan AE.
That's the one. It's a Blumhouse movie. That's not Disney. That's the other guy that did like Anastasia and
Okay.
Fern Gully and
Wow, that's
what Five Goes West and American Tail. Those movies.
those. Yeah, those movies.
Thumbelina, I think, is in that. But like, they did a science fiction Titan AE, and in that movie, Earth gets blowed up real good. There's like the human race is scattered across the galaxy.
I
basically.
thought the soundtrack to that movie was just okay.
I love that soundtrack. I will listen to that soundtrack. I actually listened to a couple of those songs. There's one band from the '90s that they're on that soundtrack, and you're like, really? They're doing it? It's like Edwin or something.
That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, or wasn't Blink 182, but it was like one of those like numbery group things that wasn't a Backstreet Boy clone.
Oh,
Because there was a couple of those that had like B44. There's only 3 people in it. You know, like Boys to Men. I don't think that counts though. They were before the Backstreet Boy.
Yeah, but the only difference is Boys to Men was actually good.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah. This is nice. This is really nice.
It's a solid stick, and it's really like flavorful. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, I know. I was,
He's tickling my nose hairs in a good way.
yeah, like if you want to know where I got these, it's a shameless plug for the cigar shop anyways. I got them at Havana Castle, here in London, Ontario. If you can see the labeling.
Is it reversed?
No, because that just gives the addresses of all the locations, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's a franchise shop, but still, even though it's a franchise shop, they know what they're doing, and I like what they're doing. Ideally, in a perfect world, I would like to check out some of the other cigar shops. I'm starting to. I feel like I've done pretty good in Toronto checking them out. But I always consistently go to the 2 same ones over and over again.
Oh, you like what you like, you go where you go.
Yeah, one is the oldest cigar factory in the country. Mm-hmm. Highly recommend if you're going there. And make sure you have your Google Maps turned on your phone, because when I started going there, the first few times, even though I was close, I'm not gonna lie, I got lost.
Was it hiding on you?
Yeah, and it's the only place in Canada where they hand roll cigars, so that's a plus. Yeah,
that's definitely a reason to go there.
Yeah, on the other place, because it's close to the train station, I go there because it's a default position, and the guy that runs the shop, he's a cool ass guy, and I have no problem seeing him when I see him. And
that's nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
and it's just you want to go to places where where people are going to treat you right. It doesn't matter if it's cigars.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if it's restaurants.
Nope.
It doesn't matter what the place is. If they treat you right, you know you found a special spot.
Yep.
Oh,
Customer service really is something that's like lacking in this world these days, and it's really great to go to any place and be like have that cheaters norm kind of experience.
Oh, exactly.
You know? Like, I remember I had an esthetician once that did my eyebrows, and she was so proud of me because I was like one of the only men that like got their eyebrows done, and I didn't cry when I had it done. She was doing it for a while, and one day I came in off the cold street, and just being in the hot sauna with or not sauna, the salon, after being on the cold street, I kind of teared, and she got so upset. She was like, I brag about you to everybody. Why are you crying? I'm like, oh, it's just a pressure or a weather change.
Yeah, the cold air is terrible, so it's just.
But like the way she treated me, like I just kept coming back. Like,
I've never gone to an esthetician. No.
Well, you take care of yourself pretty good. Like you look pretty manicured, bud.
I try.
Like you got that like youthful like glow to your skin. So you obviously use some sort of product or something. So.
There is.
If you don't, then you're just one of God's chosen ones.
I won't go that far. I really won't go that far. But no, overall, no. I do take care of myself. There is product I am using.
Mm-hmm.
There is product that I like that I want to make sure I keep using. Like myself, I'm very particular with certain types of shaving cream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing wrong with buying stuff in a can. I get it. It's there.
Yep.
It's convenient.
I use an aloe. It's just a cheap one too. Like it doesn't cost me a lot, but
Yeah.
I find that it's very good for my skin and healing. Like if I nick myself, the aloe heals it before I'm even like dry.
Yeah, because I've the shaving cream I'm using. It's from a very well established company. I believe they're. I don't remember where they're from. I want to say the UK, but I'm not sure. It's called TrueFit and Hill. The stuff I bought, it's going to last me a while because I don't use a lot of it. Because the one thing I find is that there's usually, every guy's guilty of it, they'll use like a crap load of shaving foam out of a can.
I tend to like not use a lot.
Yeah.
I put a then
Yeah. No, because it's in a thing. I don't have anything to sort of.
No, but you got like the brush and you.
It's kind of like that, and no, that's the next thing I gotta buy is a brush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to.
Sure, I got a brush kicking around.
I talked to my dry cleaner. He said set some money aside, save, and then when you have it, come see me. We'll get you set up.
You know what I want to do? My buddy Tom, he got the idea in my head. I haven't done it yet, but I want to go to a barber and get a straight shave.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do
I've
it.
heard it's like just awesome.
Do it. There's one barber I go to. He's got a barber shop on Central. He's my cousin.
Yeah.
I got no problem saying go there because I say go there.
If you got his information or his card, let me get off you before you leave today.
No problem. No problem.
check
I'll
that,
send you
'cause
his information.
I want to do it. I just don't know where to
Yeah,
go.
no worries. Because I remember the last time I shaved the back of my head, I had some pretty bad nicks.
Ooh, yeah.
And he said, yeah, just when you want to do that, you don't do it very often, but when you want to do it, see me and I'll just make sure I do it right.
So you're lucky. You got like the distinguished look, or you can like shave your head and look badass. So
But
you can either look like an intellectual or someone that you don't want to mess with.
it's
Or we'll get you a wheelchair and you get Professor X next time.
I would dig that.
Yeah. Ladies love a smooth head, let me tell you.
I would definitely dig
I've
that.
missed out on many opportunity on a lady to a gentleman of your stature because they're like, yeah, I like older men. I'm older than him. I'm older than him. Yeah, but he looks older than you.
I've said this to a lot of people.
I'll see it work, John. Jerk.
No, I've said this to a lot of people. You got to be like that Dos Equis guy, not the new one. Well, yeah, be like the new one, but
Yeah.
The original one. You got to be like, got to try to be like the most interesting man in the world.
Well, if you've lived an interesting life, it's not hard, dude. Like you're an ex-jock and now a fashionista, if that's a male term. And like you're a connoisseur of fine cigars and great absinthe. And like, dude, you're like truly a really good, cool human to know.
I try. The one thing I'm trying to do more of is just to get back into more photography. I feel like
That's another thing
Yeah.
you're really good at too. Like you got an eye, and you're always goofing around with that crystal ball, trying to get like a really neat shadow look. It's cool stuff what you do, man.
oh, I have a lens.
Lens ball.
I do have a lens ball. I have another one. I have a lens cube,
No way.
a lens
What's
pyramid.
that do?
I haven't done much with it because I'm trying to figure it out still.
Does it like prism? Like does it like rainbow shit?
That's what I'm trying to figure out how to do.
That's cool. That's
what
so
I want to
cool.
do is I want to buy a small, not like a big one, but just a small makeup mirror with with a stand, and I want to make sure I put it on there. That way, it looks a little more structured, and then just more or less figure out how I'm going to shoot with the damn thing.
It's all work in progress.
Oh, easy.
Is that actually like online?
I think it is.
Okay. It's just it's got this big thing in the middle of the screen.
No, I see what's going on. The orientation is locked on that device. Okay, so I
But
don't.
it's still filming and still showing.
It
so-
is?
Is it? Well, what's that red thing in the top there? Or the
Oh,
side
it is
of
filming. Okay,
Good,
yeah. All right.
Very good.
All right. So
I really hope people don't at home watching this on YouTube don't have to click this.
you know what? If they're watching on their phone or if they're watching on their tablet or whatever,
Mhm.
they can do whatever they want with
Thanks
that.
for watching.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if there is anyone watching, but whoever is looking at this, thank you. I guess.
It's 12:32. Do you know where your kids are?
Hopefully, school.
Yes, they better be. Is it school day? Yeah, school. Better be in school.
Yeah.
It's like the Christmas vacation already. I'm gonna scream. Halloween first. I was walking through a dollar store and they got Christmas stuff up already. I'm like, come on, what the heck?
You know what? It's unavoidable, and I'm gonna say this: working in a department store like I do, if you don't get that stuff out now, you're gonna be falling behind.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I mean, Christmas is coming whether we want it to or not. Do you really have to like put stuff out right now?
Unfortunately,
I hope you're not hearing the music either.
you know what? Last year I got lucky,
Oh,
and I'm gonna say this right now. I went the entire Christmas season last year not hearing Mariah Carey,
wow. I also achieved that too.
and
I did not hear her once last year. I saw all the memes. I
And-
heard people losing their shit.
And
but
I had someone ask me, "How you work in a department store?" Said, I don't know, but as
Right.
far as I'm concerned, it was one of the best Christmases ever.
there's only like 142 songs. No, there's like probably 60 songs. And maybe 5 new ones every like decade. Where like a rock star or like
Oh, I know.
does something. But then like there are literally only 60 songs and 140 different people sang them. So you're hearing the same music.
I like the Ramones Christmas song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a, I liked, and even the music video was great. It's just, I liked their Christmas song more than anyone. That's just me. Everyone else has different tastes. That's cool. I get it.
I like that Michael...
Bublé?
Not Michael Bublé. I was going to say Michael Bull, but it's not. It's like George Michael. I like that George Michael.
He had a
I like
great
that,
one.
That one great song. Like I don't hear that over and over and over again. It's like
Yeah, it's,
for a while there you didn't hear it at all, and then like they started playing it again. It's like oh, and then I think somebody covered it.
I miss
And now
George
there's-
Michael.
Yeah,
I really miss George
he
Michael.
was a good voice.
Yeah. It's just, his health just deteriorated so quickly.
He did it.
Yeah. But I really, really liked him. And I think everyone else did.
I was a fan.
Yeah.
Whether he was with Wham or on his own, I listened to it all.
I thought he left Wham way too early, but I get it.
You know, if you can't collaborate with people, or if you can't get along with them, then don't stay in a toxic relationship. Like I don't know what the situation was with those guys. It's their own thing.
I think they just, I don't know the details on it. I think it was just mutual decision, just to do their own thing.
They creatively move apart. Then, right? You
Yeah,
gotta do
it's
that.
just, as much, it's funny you say that, as
Whatever
much
happened
as,
to the other half of Wham.
he's still around. It's just,
Okay.
he is doing stuff, I just don't know exactly what he's doing.
Mhm.
It's like, I know, as much as it irritates me to no end, the musician Morrissey is doing a North American tour next year.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people want to see a Smiths reunion. I will be honest with you, I don't think I will live long enough to actually see that happen. And
Well, I never thought I'd live to see like Van Halen get back together, and I did miss the concert, but like it happened.
no, it's just everyone, even though the Smiths did a lot of great albums,
Man, I gotta hear that song again. now.
it's just everyone in that band, or that was in that band, literally hated each other's guts.
That's
and
never good.
They did a lot of great albums,
Mhm.
and that's fine, but realistically, I don't think I will live long enough to see a Smiths reunion. I don't think the planet will live long enough to see a Smiths reunion.
Well,
And-
that's the great thing about AI. Hey AI, please put the Smiths together again and make a new song based off of their shit. And then
and it's just, Morrissey has a long history of whether or not he wants to show up and not. And I've said this before, like, if Morrissey's going to do a North American tour, he should have Lauryn Hill with them.
Ooh,
And
there's another.
Yeah, and they should call
it. Game.
Yeah, they should call it the "We Will Play If We Want to" tour.
Gotta get Oasis in on that too. Or, is it Oasis or is it?
No, the only difference is Oasis, when they played, they played.
Oh.
Whether or not they hated each other. They played, they played. It's just...
Is it Oasis I'm thinking of? I'm thinking... Who sang Wonderwall?
It was Oasis.
Okay, I was right. That Gallagher guy, he and his brother don't get along. Or
Yeah, and...
They do get along, they just don't like their fans or something.
I don't think it's their fans that they don't like. I think it's more like each other.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Well, just because you're family doesn't mean you have to like yourself. Them. Just because they're family don't mean you have to like them. You know?
Whoa! Sorry about that.
That's okay. I got a vacuum.
Oh, I feel like we smoked about a third of this. I'm gonna peel the label off this. What is your take?
So far?
Yeah.
It's very aromatic. It's very rich. Like I'm taking my time with this, and I felt the lightheadedness happen about like maybe 10 minutes ago, and it's nice. Nice. I'm enjoying it.
Like, I think this is literally one of the more enjoyable cigars we've had in a while.
This is definitely one of those take your time.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Don't suck on it. Just kind of like let the aroma fill the room, fill your mouth.
Yeah. Like overall, this is, the construction, this is probably
Although I
one
don't
of the
think the cat's around, so I don't think he likes the smell of it.
Sorry, Panther.
It's okay, buddy.
There is another cigar review that I did. It was only 20 minutes long, and I'm not going to get into that too much. It's just I got to get a description and details for it. That cigar, because we live in Canada, and at some point, depending on where you're at, you're going to be caked in snow and ice and whatever. That cigar
Tundra
is going to be ideal if you're not looking to be outside for 20 minutes. Perfect cigar. I'm not going to get into the details on it because I still haven't finished it yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just I got to make description and I got to make sure I get the details right for it. I'm particular about that.
Nothing wrong with that.
But no, overall, this has been a fantastic cigar.
Thanks for coming over.
No worries. Thanks for getting this all set. I know we got to do more of these down the road.
Well, whenever you've got time. I don't want to rush you, and I don't want to
I know.
stress you out. Like it's a bit of a travel. Oh wait, you moved. So are you closer or?
Compared to where I was, slightly closer.
Because like when I saw that you were heading out, I was like, oh, I've got plenty of time. And then you were here. I'm like, he's early.
Well, when I caught the downtown bus, I kind of got here at about 22, quarter to.
Oh yeah.
So I just thought, perfect. This is.
No. More time with me because I got a bedtime.
Yeah. No, this is perfect because it works like clockwork. But as far as it goes, because we're all trekked out.
The Romulan Star Empire. We're not drinking Romulan ale, but this is.
What are we drinking?
We are drinking Johnny Bootlegger Grape. Yeah.
Oh, I definitely smell the grape.
Oh, it's very grapey. This is purple drank. It's 11.9% alcohol.
Okay.
These are called. Where is it? It's like they're called shots.
What? And you said Mac got it for you?
Mac introduced it to me, and Teresa picked these up for us, and they were so good. We like really stuck them down. I think
Where did Teresa find them?
Oh, we got them. Like we had to dial a bottle, bring them in. Or something
Really?
Like we had it delivered.
Would you think the LCBO would have them?
I'm pretty sure that's where she got them. Like that's what I'm assuming. But they're. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Grape shot. Yeah. So they are called shots. So you take it. And enjoy it.
Salud. Let's give this a whirl. See how it's like.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is lovely.
I'm gonna keep sipping on that. That's just. Ooh. And then afterwards we have the peach to try. So these are just a kind of gold with the ciggies, and it's nice. I am feeling very relaxed right now.
I know there's one cigar I'm looking to try soon, as long as the weather cooperates.
No?
And I'm saying as long as it cooperates, because I have
Canada.
Because I have a feeling it's going to be about an hour smoke. My brother went to Pennsylvania. He didn't exactly tell me where he got this from. He got it because he was in Pennsylvania, and he got some cigars there. The cigar that I did the 20-minute video that it's not right now, not
That
ready
you're
to be
still-
unlocked. Yeah, that I'm still working on. He got it there. He also got a cigar from Metallica,
Metallica does cigars?
apparently, and he said, yeah, someone said to me that this is a pretty decent cigar, and I was like, all right, and I got a bottle, just not a big one. It's just I wanted a small one. I don't go out of my way to look for this alcohol, Jack Daniels,
Ah.
and I thought, you know what, it's literally part of them. And it's probably the most cliched drink when it comes to Metallica. At least I like to think so.
Yeah. I think Jack Daniels was the first thing I ever got drunk on, which is an excellent start to your drinking career.
Yeah,
You know,
and-
like it's just classy enough to get the job done without making you feel like
Oh yeah,
a wino or anything
yeah,
like that.
and yeah, and I just think, all right, I think on paper they should complement one another, but I won't know until I
You
actually
won't know
try.
until you try.
Yeah, but overall, yeah, I think this year I've been pretty lucky with cigars. Last year,
We had one we didn't like last year. I think we did a video where we're like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna finish the cigar. It was just the one time. I think it was like the third time last year. But you haven't missed out yet. Like you knocked it out of the park every time since that one.
there's only been one cigar, probably in the last 6 years that I did not
Well,
like.
yeah, I'm not saying like we hated it. I'm just saying
No,
like,
I
it
mean-
was not as good as anything else you brought in.
No,
Like,
that
when
one
if I was to like compare all the cigars in like a one like scale 1 to 10 kind of situation, these are like an 8, and that one we did the fourth video or the third video, that was more of like a 4, 3. Something like
There
that.
is a cigar I wanted to smoke with you.
Yeah.
The first time I smoked it was last year, and to date, it is my perfect 10 of
I
cigars.
think you were talking about it last time.
Yeah, and when I was like, right now, the CFL season, it's going to conclude this weekend. And then playoffs begin. And yeah, this year, my Elk, they missed out on the playoffs. But I think when I smoked it last year, I smoked it when they won their first home game in 4 years.
Celebration.
And you remember that episode of American Dad where Roger had that bird from France for dinner?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck Roger.
I'll look for the clip. I'll post it in the description for this
Okay.
video.
Yeah.
And how he described having that bird was how I felt having that cigar. And I had some people were just surprised with that
Yeah.
kind of reaction. I said, I rarely find anything that's a perfect 10 in anything.
Yeah. Well, humans make perfect things once in a while. I find the concept of the Persian flaw. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
We know Persian rugs are like the most sought after rug. Like if you have a Persian rug, you've arrived. Well, apparently, like Persian rugs, they make them perfectly except for one thread. They screw up one thread deliberately, and that's how you know it's a Persian rug, because the belief, I think, behind it was that like nothing is perfect, so we're not going to make a perfect thing, and it's a deliberate flaw. They put in every Persian rug, and an actual like connoisseur or an expert will like know if you have a fake or not.
I remember listening to a podcast. I think it was from BBC, and I believe it was BBC. They were
That's
talking.
always educational. BBC.
They were talking to a gentleman that basically had his life tied in with ramen noodles, commercially speaking.
Oh, like he was
And-
a spokesperson or a spokesman?
I don't know which company he worked for because it was so long since I've listened to that podcast
Okay.
show. And yeah, he's in the same boat with ramen noodles. The only difference is he's never found it, and he's been at the game
Oh.
for so many years. And he basically stated, He'll keep looking, but he's not sure if he's ever going to find it.
That's too bad.
You know what? He's being honest, and he gave real honest feedback, because
Yeah.
you want someone that's going to be straight up and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, because you don't want someone that's going to BS you, because it.
I see this food critic on. He looks like a kid, but he's been doing it for years. He's been doing it like for 10 or 15 years. He's on YouTube. He's established, and he looks like he's like 24 tops, maybe. Like he looks baby faced, and his stoic rebuttal to bad food is absolutely one of the. Like, they meme him. He's a meme now, and it's literally like, if you don't like something, like it just sucks. You put this video up of this guy, and he just looks at the camera. And he's like, "My disappointment is unmeasurable," and it's like, "Wow, dude, it's Popeyes. Relax."
You want disappointment that's unmeasurable. I'm going to describe them. I don't really care what kind of hate or flack I get from this, because I highly doubt I'm ever going to be on their radar.
Well, if people agree with you, then you got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, but still,
Your product sucks. We're not endorsing it.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. Beast. I'm talking about Logan Paul.
Oh,
and I'm talking about KSI. They did their own take on those Lunchable things.
Yes, I heard about that 3 days ago.
I've seen video reviews of people opening them up, and the cheese is moldy.
Nutritionists and like doctors looking at this and going, "Don't eat this."
Yeah, if you got a doctor and a nutritionist saying that it's a complete dud, listen to them.
Yep, they probably know what they're talking about.
Yeah, like they spend their life with the science of food.
Yep.
And also seeing some of the some people do food reviews, opening up packages.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen to a lot, but it's just some of this stuff, like just the cheese alone, it's moldy as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're dealing with food safety. You're dealing with
Yep.
people's safeties. Myself, I don't really. I don't like Logan Paul and his brother Jake Paul. And personally, I hope Mike Tyson.
Is that still a thing? Is that still?
I think it's gonna happen. I don't know. I haven't heard too much of it, but when it happens, I think the entire world will be behind Michael Tyson's back, cheering him on.
See, the problem with, as much as you dislike Logan and whatever.
Oh, I know.
He's put in the work now. He's like, before he was probably like a get your butt kicked kind of guy, but then he went into like mixed martial arts and started working out, and now he's had enough like you get enough bar brawls under your belt, you will win any fight you're in, because the other people usually don't know how to fight. That's the great thing about martial arts. If you know martial arts and the other person does, you're gonna kick their butt. But if you're up against a soldier, a brawler, a freaking guy that just loves to fight, you're not gonna win.
Oh, I know. And also, not only that, I thought that thing in Japan was just absolutely deplorable.
Yeah, that's how he got famous, though. Like that's how he got on my radar, was that Dead Forest shit.
And that was just awful. Like, it's just.
There's been worse things since him. Like he kind of like paved the way. Like there's this one guy.
For cringe content, yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's like Dylan or Chad. I want to say Chad, but Chad Dillon maybe. I don't know. He's like this little punk that just runs around with a bodyguard assaulting people. And,
I know the guy.
Yeah.
He's a fucking little shit.
And then there's another guy. He went to Japan and he just did the most horrendous things, like trying to rub Hiroshima on their face, and then he got kicked out of so many different countries. Then he got jailed in Israel or something like that. Then he got kicked out, and then he was put on he went before a judge, and the judge was like, "You can never be on social media again." And the very next day, he was on social media. Like he's just trying to.
Yeah, the guy. The guy you're talking about, the young kid. He's like 20, 21.
22, I think. Yeah, but he's got a weird name, like Somalia or something.
Jack Doherty.
Jack Doherty was the guy I was thinking of. That, not Chad Dillon.
Yeah.
Jack Doherty. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that.
But
kid,
the other guy I'm talking about is like this little wiry something Somali or something like that.
Is it? Yeah, I think he's Jack Doherty's.
Obnoxious. Though.
Yeah.
But he's trying to be like Jack Doherty.
Yeah, no, I know the two guys you're talking about. I can't remember his name. I know he wears glasses. That much I do know.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a
not Sneeko, but that little punk. He's not really. I haven't seen him a lot lately, so I think he's finally got lost his.
Yeah, it's just what got me is with Jack Doherty.
Neon.
Yeah, that's the guy,
his name. Neon.
Yeah,
man.
What got me with Jack Doherty recently is he trashed a McLaren, and he was trying to live stream while driving the thing.
Wow.
And also, you had your worker there that was in a horrible accident, and you're getting him to live stream him while he's in a daze, dripping blood on his face, and also live stream while you're in the hospital getting treatment.
You gotta do it for the views, man.
Like, no, it's just, here's the thing, you're in a hospital. I don't think doing it for views in a hospital while you're getting treated for a really bad car crash is the way to do it.
I think it's called main character syndrome, and the problem is when you have an audience like fueling your behavior, like, what should I do, guys? Ding, 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 ding. Oh, okay.
How about this, B?
I'll do that. This guy just donated $100. I'll do whatever he says. And it's like...
Here's the thing. You want to know what you want to do? I'm not one to speak because I even have my shortcomings and I do enough bad stuff, but I'm not live streaming it. It's just what you want to do. Be a decent human being for your family, your friends, your community. If there's a charity that you support and you want to donate X number of dollars to, do so.
Yep.
It's just the way he did it with that car accident. It was like that was ridiculous. And then when he was back in his home, I'm gonna finish this. That is really nice.
It is deadly. Like, that tastes like juice.
That's why it's nice. It's just the way he was bragging in front of, saying that he had this many motorcycles, this many cars, such and such whatever, and also the crap that he does with OF girls. It was like, dude, why?
The views, man. Like you and I know we're like asking a rhetorical question. The reason why they're doing it is attention. Like,
oh, I know.
We're doing this to just critique and educate and like kind of point you guys in the right area for a good stogie, and he's just ticking people off wherever he goes.
Oh, I know. And it's just since that car accident, and also I think that there was reports of him not having insurance. I can't confirm it.
Actually, now that you mention it, I think there was something about that accident and then him putting his house up for sale to build capital to pay off whatever's going on with that. I think there was a court case.
Oh, good. Charge him into oblivion.
Right. Accountability. It's time you learn some.
Yeah, and also, that's just it. Him, Neon, not exactly the best people to look for inspiration.
No.
Who else? Yeah, Sneeko's another one.
Yeah.
Also Fresh and Fit.
Those guys are just laughable.
Oh, there's two guys I follow from Montreal. I believe.
Abba and Preach.
Yeah,
love me some Abba and Preach. They are
Preach
just
awesome.
the best.
Yeah, they've had more than enough.
You know what?
Videos on
I will admit this. I was a Fresh and Fit follower, and I was like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. Not how I would do it, and I'm very red pill. They're still, oh yeah, date women, have children, get married. I'm very much like, I'm good, I'm done, I don't care.
No, it's just.
But when they went after ABBA when he was on the show, he went on the show, and I was like, oh, ABBA's on the show. If ABBA's on the show, that's great. And then the feud happened. And I gotta tell you, I stopped following Fresh and Fit because ABBA and Preach, you got my vote.
No, it's just I'll be honest with you. I had no freaking clue who the hell Fresh and Fit are. Okay? And the more and more I learned from them, from other YouTubers, and the more I learned from them from ABBA and Preach, it's like, okay, there's a reason why I don't really care for these guys.
Like, you have to understand, when I was watching before the ABBA and Preach thing, they'd had a couple of good guests, like Kevin Samuels. Loved Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace, sir. And that video, it's like 32 minutes long, but he just pulls apart this horrible woman. She is like, I'm not even going to call her a feminist because this was misandry, pure and simple. And it just happened to be on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
Yeah, and
so I will show people this video because it's Kevin Samuels, but I'll be like, you don't need to follow these guys. You need to watch their content.
I thought the latest fail for Fresh and Fit was a joke. What was that Miami boat party where they charged?
Oh, yep, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I heard about that. Yep, I think Fresh and Fit. I'll watch that same episode.
They charged,
or not Fresh and Fit. Ab and Preach.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. If you watch this content, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, they basically charged $3,500
a head, males.
Yeah.
The men, the boys.
Yeah, to men to go party with them. And I was like, why do you have to spend $3,500 for
Be
that?
on a boat. Be surrounded by women that don't want you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
and it's basically just a sausage fest.
Yep. Well,
Like-
there were girls, but like,
They were disinterested in them.
oh, totally.
Yeah.
They were like all huddled by themselves. There was like the girls section, and then the guys that were just kind of like, we're allowed to walk around the boat, but these women are not interacting with us.
Yeah, clearly something is wrong there. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not exactly sure because I've heard what was going on. I paid zero attention because it was not something that was worth my time to invest. But the more and more Abba and Preach talked about it, I was like, okay, yeah.
Yep, I can see that. Yep.
And then they said if we were to do something like that, we wouldn't charge anyone.
Precisely.
And it was like,
and they wouldn't do something like that, or if they did, it wouldn't be like a whatever the hell it was. Fresh and Fit were trying to do, like a mixer or a.
I think the approach that Abba and Preach stated, they said, yeah, if we do anything like that, the approach is like just exactly like the title of the song from Nirvana, "Come As You Are."
Yep.
And it's just, yeah, if I get a chance to, I don't know, it would be nice one day maybe to have a drink with Abba and Preach.
Oh.
I would welcome that. And if they're cigar smokers, I have no problem gifting them one day, if that day comes. If not, that's fine. If this video doesn't get their attention, I'm not losing any sleep over it because I simply am just doing
this. They do their thing, we do our thing.
Yeah, it's just we're busy doing our own thing. They're busy doing their own thing,
Exactly.
and that's just it. But
and that's why we'll keep watching.
Yeah, because those guys are top tier gentlemen.
Not only that, they have their eyes open to like the social pulse. They know what's up. They know what's going on. They do not handle fools lightly.
No.
No. And that is just something this generation, like the new up and coming generations, Gen Z, Gen A, they need that kind of like pop culture, not even pop culture, just like zeitgeist and like sociological critiquing. And Abba and Preach nail it every time.
Oh yeah, easy. And the best part is they're Canadian.
Yep.
And I hope one day, whoever's prime minister at the time, it doesn't matter who it is, I'd love to see Abba and Preach get the Order of Canada.
Ooh, I'll drink to that.
Same here.
Oh, that'd be a hell of an honor to have. The Order of Canada.
Oh, for sure.
That's not in my
I don't really foresee myself ever getting one, but it's just
you're not quite the humanitarian that
a lot of people
a lot of people need to be to achieve that.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, you're a good guy. You're just
no, I just don't fourse it happening.
Yeah,
I have other goals.
I'm not going to win the Nobel Peace Prize for physics anytime soon. That's not my nope.
No, it's just anybody that did the work in that, and they, it's been established, and they keep doing the work, and they end up getting it. By all means, go for it.
Get it done.
Wow, this is such an enjoyable smoke.
I'm really having fun with this one.
Oh, for sure.
It's like it's not like that chocolate one you had that was like really like just but it's got this rich, flavorful. I don't want to say coffee. I don't want to say chocolate. I don't want to say mocha. But it's like there's something really nice. I don't know if it's the leaves or and kind of flavor imbuement, but it's really nice.
It is. It is.
It doesn't remind me of Christmas, but remember that when you had that like tasted like Christmas? I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like.
Was it the one that was cigar of the year?
Maybe it wasn't like candy cane flavored. It was just. It had that nutmeg taste to it that just made you think of like grandma's cookies. You know, like oh, it tasted like Christmas. That's all I remember. Kept saying he was like, this tastes like Christmas.
This is nice. I definitely dig it. As long as this is still available and it's not a limited run, I definitely.
You gonna grab a couple more of these?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Very enjoyable.
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, I picked it up over at Havana Castle. They have a bunch of locations across the province, so yeah, if you can find it in whatever location they're at, well, by all means, go get it from them.
Maybe adjust.
Oh, okay. Get it from that location. If not, Cigar Chief is great. Order it from them. They'll ship it anywhere. So that's what I can say there. But this is an absolute superb stick.
Very nice.
Yeah. So do you have anything planned for next year?
I've already got. I got asked to do costume judging at a Windsor event in January.
Windsor's nice.
Windsor's good. I'm not a big fan of the drive there. It's a bit of a jaunt.
I'm not gonna lie. The last time I did it, it was a pretty long drive.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got into Windsor, I gotta say, I gotta give Windsor credit for one thing. Some of the best looking graffiti I've seen in that part of the province.
I've seen some good graffiti.
There's one area where it's like an alley.
Yep.
And I've already done a video on it. While there, I'll post the link on it in the description or whatever. And it was literally some of the best murals I've seen in an alley in forever, really. Like, I think it could give Graffiti Alley in Toronto a run for its money.
Damn.
Yeah, if you're not keen on going to a city like Toronto, I get it. That's fine. But
actually, I like Toronto. It's a very modern city. Like, I'm a big fan of when I'm walking down the street and they have those like computer menus out in front of every restaurant. And you're like, oh my goodness, I can just look to see if I even want to eat here.
No, I get it. I get it. But I get it. Not everyone's big in a city with like 7 million people. I get it, but
it's also very artificial. Like the great thing about living in London is the sheer amount of nature surrounding us. Like, it's called the Forest City for a reason. And like even looking out on my balcony, it's just a cacophony of color right now because it's like fall.
I live where I'm living at right now. I'm very close. Well, it's not exactly nature, but I'm very close to pretty nice looking park. There's a nice skate park.
Oh yeah.
So it's all right. It's not naturey, but it's all right. But you're right about that. You can be here in London. You can be anywhere in the city, and you'll see some nice trails, some nice forests, some nice municipal parks. So it's just you got to know what you're looking for.
You've got a park out behind here. Actually, there's a skate park with some equipment, some nice shots. We do a lot of filming out there.
Nice.
We do like there's a thicket kind of, so like when you get up onto the top of the hill, there's trees surrounding it, so there's no buildings and no whatever. So it looks very like that's where I shot my Highlander pictures before the haircut.
That was pretty good work, man. That was
all Teresa.
Yeah.
She's got an amazing eye.
Did I meet Teresa before, or okay? I couldn't remember.
I assume. Shock stop.
I'm trying to remember. I see so many people. It's hard to say.
Well, she's the Elvira cosplayer.
Okay, for some reason I was thinking someone else.
Well, there's a reason for that. It's because if you have her on Facebook, she uses a completely different name. So like,
okay,
when you're that pretty and.
No, I get it. You gotta, if you don't want to use your real name, I get it.
Well, she's had stalkers and.
That's enough said. That's enough said.
Yeah.
Because I know as far as my plans for next year, Shockstock, goes without saying. That's always a
Is
must.
shock stock even still a thing? Like,
Yeah, it is.
okay, because
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw someone saying that it was like their last year.
That was all BS.
Oh, thank goodness.
I don't know who said that.
Starts with J.
Is it the same J?
Actually, they both start with J, don't they?
No, I think between those two, they want to keep
Good.
that going.
Okay, good.
Unless they say verbatim.
I kind of, well, it was kind of vague posty, so
Oh,
I
fuck.
assume.
Nothing more than I hate than vague posting. I'm guilty of it. I do vague posting too. But it's just, there is plans for shock stock next year. I've already done the application work for getting a hotel room for myself, hotel room for Dave. That way we're both covered, and if we have guests over for drinks or whatever, we're all good. The one thing I'm looking to do, I did this just last year, or just this past shock stock. It's mostly just a cost thing more than anything. I'm bringing just some foods to have in my hotel room.
Oh, yeah. I thought you normally did that.
No. This year I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna get like some bistro boxes from Starbucks because the stuff is pretty good. I'm gonna get some hummus. I'm gonna get some veggies. Maybe some beef jerky here and there. Also, what else? Packaged hard-boiled eggs. Not very many, but just enough as breakfast.
Okay.
And just sort of have that as breakfast.
Yeah.
Because why? I'm trying to make sure I minimize cost. Because going to a convention, we're not going to lie.
Especially with a convention like Shock Stock, where like part of the ticket cost or part of the convention cost is the hotel that's attached to it.
Yeah.
Which is great. Like, it's a party con.
Yeah. The food, well, you got to eat. So it's just, you got to, either you're bringing food to your hotel room or you're eating in the restaurant. The restaurant food is good.
You're paying hotel prices.
Yeah. So it's just, as far as the breakfast goes, just bringing stuff that I just want to have for breakfast, plain and simple.
Yeah.
And I just think, good way to go. No complaints. And as long as I bring enough for like the Saturday morning, the Sunday morning, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then after that, it gives me time to enjoy the rest of Shock Stock, and also talk to people I haven't seen in a long time because.
Well, that's the whole point to go to cons, is to hang out with your friends and see.
Oh yeah, and plus,
catch up.
not only that, I get it. Everyone's in every corner of their own world, and they're busy with their slice of life, just like we are busy with our own slice of life. So it's just, if it means the only way you can be able to get together, aside from communicating on social stuff, then that's fine. This is fantastic. So what drink are we trying next?
This is now, we've moved on to the peach shot from Johnny Bootlegger.
There you go. Yeah, that's a better view.
Yeah, and I love me some purple drink, but peach? Oh, sir.
All right.
I could smell it hitting my nose before I even got it into my lips. It was like when you open up one of those like Del Monte peach tins, and you're just like, oh.
You know what? I gotta get me one of those tins just to remember the taste, because I usually get mandarin oranges.
Ooh.
Or my personal favorite, pineapples.
Yep. They make a good little cacophony with like pineapple.
Like the fruit cocktail.
Fruit
I think,
cocktail, yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah, that's not bad either. But no, overall, this has been pretty good. Yeah, I'm quite satisfied with the cigar. I just couldn't believe how good it was. I've been sitting on it for months.
Well, thanks for sharing.
No problem. It's just I haven't done as much cigar smoking as I would normally do. It's just life gets busy, and not much you can do about it. You gotta look after basic needs of life.
Exactly.
Whether it's going to work, paying bills, making sure.
Adulting. You gotta do your adulting first.
Making sure that you're okay, your family's okay, your friends are okay, and that's just it. And if that stuff's
focus on yourself.
Yeah, if that stuff's not okay, then then you gotta try to find some way to get it more manageable. But I'm kind of glad I got trekked out for this.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So this will be more or less the Halloween special World Series.
Halloween
special.
edition.
Yeah.
October edition.
Yeah. I know that there's a bunch of cigars I would love to get my hands on, but the problem is most of them are extremely difficult to acquire. And there are some cigars I want to smoke. It's just, I'm going to be honest with you, it's a cost thing. I've looked at some of the Cohibas from Cuba that I used to smoke them. I just can't anymore because I had no
Not
issue.
in the budget.
No, it's just I had no issue of getting I mean, I used to get Cohibas here and there, and I had a budget set for certain ones, and then no, it's just as life gets expensive, so does everything else, i.e. cigars.
Well, we are in the middle of a depression.
I don't even know what we're in anymore.
It's worse than the Great Depression of the 1920s with the Dust Bowl. It's really fascinating. Like, if you do a comparison of like the average income versus the average cost of rent or owning a home or a vehicle costs or anything like that, it is way, way worse than like people during the Depression were making more money than you and I.
Ooh,
and we're talking about people who stood in bread lines. Like the bread line was a thing. And here we're in a depression way worse than the original. No one's talking about it. It's all, hey, what's P. Diddy doing? No. Nobody can afford to eat. Nobody can afford the rent. I have to get a roommate just to afford rent. It's stupid. I can afford rent, but now I don't have the opportunity to save.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I was watching about a couple weeks ago, because there's a political blogger I follow on TikTok. His stuff is on point. Like, even though he's left-leaning, he's still critical of.
That's
of
great.
As well.
That's very
so
rare
he's
for the left to do that. And I am the left.
And he's got a very balanced approach, and he is one of those people. And I feel it needs to happen, and it's going to probably save a lot of people, and I think it will save this country billions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
UBI.
UBI.
Universal Basic Income.
That would be utopian.
Like the one I've heard all kinds of arguments, all kinds of pros and cons. One, it's just give a monthly handout of like $2,000 a month to people here and there. I said, yeah, $2,000 is great, but here's the thing: people still need to work.
They do need to do something to occupy their time. Like, you can't just sit at home doing nothing, because, like, it's not about being lazy. It's not about like what you deserve. It's not that. It's when you don't do something, when you don't leave the house and accomplish something, you don't feel pride in your work. And like, I don't mean pride like the sin. I mean self-fulfillment, that you've actually gone out and helped your fellow man by feeding them or clothing them or medicating them or
yeah,
this is
because I honestly think because I remember a while ago when it was being discussed in the House, I was thinking, okay, this has a chance of, because there's two different UBI bills going on right now.
Okay.
One of them I can tell you is already dead, because the House overwhelmingly
nixed it.
Nixed it.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's a real kicker. And there was 54 people out of 338 people all in favor of it. Everyone in the NDP was voted for it. The two members of the Green Party voted for it. Some members of the Liberal Party voted for it, but almost it just was just basically universally shot down across the board. But in the Senate, they are discussing it. So right now, all hope lies within the Senate in Canada on where that goes.
That'd be great for people who are like trying to build their label or their content. And I'm talking about like talented people, not I want to be famous. Nobody cares. Like, if you don't have talent, if you don't have a personality, like I follow this girl. She's, I think her name is Justice Williams. She dresses up like a princess, and she is absolutely entertaining. She's funny. She's expressionable. Like, her face is just like, she's very simple looking, but then she gets all gussied up like a queen, and it's very entertaining. I share a lot of her funny skits on my wall once in a while. And,
No, like here's the thing.
that's talent.
Here's the thing. If we're getting $2,000 a month, that's great. But still, $24,000 a year, it's not going to be enough to survive.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
That's what I make. Like, I honestly, well, for tax purposes, I deliberately try to stay within poverty level. That way I pay less taxes. And it's actually very fascinating that, like, like I said, it's very hard to do
Yeah.
what I do, but I have very good rent. I don't spend beyond my means. I was saving money back when I had a roommate.
But-
don't do it much anymore.
But no, it's just because you still have to work, plain and simple. Like the one thing
I
I
do.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But no, the one thing I would do personally, especially with YouTube channel, I'd like to do more traveling. I'd like to do more travel vlog style videos. If I get the chance, and as long as everything sort of pans out perfectly, I want to do one of those train experiences with Via.
Ooh, yeah. Those are fun.
Yeah, you know Tim Richard?
Is that the YouTube guy that does the training videos?
No,
I was
that
gonna say there was like a guy that. Like,
no. There's someone I know, great guy, also avid cigar smoker. He's now running marathons.
Oh, all right.
He looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks really good. When with his job, he has to commute to Toronto, and he does it with Via Rail.
Okay.
And he earned enough points for him and his wife to do the Toronto to Vancouver.
Ooh.
And he got to see so much of the country
No
on
doubt.
that.
No
And
doubt.
he paid for it all in points.
Nice.
And I was like, if you can pay for something on points,
Yeah.
do
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Plain and simple.
Because there's like sometimes they're with like air miles or like.
Air miles is horrible now.
I know, and like sometimes with like shopping cards, like your shopper's card or your like no frills card or something like that.
Yeah,
like, you have to use your points by a certain date or they just start over. It's like that's not how that's supposed to work.
Because I have optimum points, and I have a good amount of points. I'm not cashing them out because I still want to build them up. So if I get enough to get a bunch of groceries with it, I'll do it. The one criticism I have with air miles, and this is a criticism I have that goes back the last few years. There were 3 places I went to get air mile points because I would shop for certain things in those 3 places. And
For the air miles.
not just for the air miles, but because I needed them.
Of course, sure.
Metro used to be with air miles. Now they're doing their own thing. I don't blame them
Okay.
because they want to make sure they cut the costs and they keep whatever money that they can keep. I don't blame them.
Okay.
Their business. LCBO. You used to
Okay.
get air miles a lot there. Now you don't. If you have not to promote alcohol or whatever, but even though, yeah, we're pretty bad at it, but they're now affiliated with Aeroplan. So if you have an Aeroplan card, great, go for it.
Okay.
Get whatever Aeroplan points you want out of that. And Staples. I bought so many supplies there.
Oh yeah.
And they don't do air miles anymore. I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, the 3 places I went to get the points, what's the point in
Specifically.
me? Yeah, what's the point in me having this card if there's only one gas station and I don't drive to get the air mile points? Like, what's the point in me getting air mile points if I'm not going to be at that specific gas station? Like I have a Petro-Canada points card, and the one thing that usually gets a lot of people confused is that I have about $40 in Petro points, but I don't drive, and they're wondering, what did you do to get those points? I said, I did stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Is it stuff I'm proud of? Yes. But
Don't question me further.
But it's just, here's the thing. My bank, they have their ATMs in Petro. So if I need to use their ATMs, I'll go there.
I see.
If I want to buy a soda pop there, if I want to buy ramen, believe it or not, I can actually buy ramen noodles at some Petro.
I believe it.
Yeah. I'll go there and buy stuff there. And it's just, stuff adds up.
Yep.
Even though I don't drive, it still adds up. If I drove, then yes, car wash here and there,
Yep.
fill up a tank, because gas is expensive, man.
It is.
Yeah.
And I don't even drive.
And it's just, if I have a friend of mine getting gas there, I said, can I give you my Petro card? I said, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I do it.
Yep.
Plain and simple. There's no there's no wrong way, but there's always a right way. It's just, if you go about it the wrong way, stuff happens, and it's never good.
Accountability, boys and girls.
For sure. Like myself. I have a bunch of walking apps on my phone. They pay me out in e-gift cards.
Oh, neat.
Or money in my PayPal account. And I'm like, I do a lot of walking at work
Might as well
and
get
on my
paid.
day off. So even though the payout is, I'm not going to lie, it's not the greatest.
Still better than nothing.
For sure.
Better than a kick to the teeth.
Yeah, like I had $110 US in Amazon during Prime Days.
Yeah, I heard about these Prime days.
Yeah, I bought some stuff with the off the US site, so I went la-di-da to a point. The only thing I'm waiting for, because I got all my packages except for one, I'm hoping it shows up soon, real soon.
Christmas.
And it's the one thing that I really, really like, peanut butter.
Ooh.
And I ordered 4.5 pounds of it.
Oh my.
And it was crunchy peanut butter.
Oh.
Because smooth peanut butter is for psychopaths.
I love crunchy peanut butter. It has nothing to do with my psychopathy.
I stand by my statement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's just, peanut butter's great, man.
Oh,
Plain and
high
simple.
proteins.
Yeah.
Taste amazing.
Yeah, you can use it to make bread. You can use it to make cookies.
Love me some peanut butter cookies.
What else? Or just classic PB&J.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, and you're pretty well golden for most of the day. And it's just, at the price that I got it for Prime Days, I was like, yes, I need this.
4 pounds worth. You're going for about an hour 15, give or take.
Not bad.
Yeah.
This
It's a
is-
slow burn.
Yeah, this has been a very smooth cigar. I can honestly say this has not canoed on me once.
No. Mine's gone out,
And-
but I think that's because I dropped my ash, so with all the fire.
Yeah, and overall, we're almost done. I'm not going to give a rating until we're completely done, because that, just on smell alone, it was an 8
Mhm.
for me. You
Yep.
said 8.5. And yeah, I gotta say, Ferguson Jenkins definitely, with it putting his name on the line with this, he did good.
Thank you for endorsing this.
Yeah.
Because you probably wouldn't have found out about them without that kind of, like, with the way you do your research, you know? Like, you probably, like, saw this and like, what? I know that guy. I'm going to buy and endorse these.
No, because on Cigar Chief, there's 2 athletes that have their own brand of cigars.
Nice.
One of them is, I can't remember his name, but he played for the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, okay. I know
as-
Dan.
Yeah, and as much as I don't like the Red Sox,
Hmm.
he was one of the best players they had in the last 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So it's just, if he's endorsing it,
It's probably a good thing.
then it's a good cigar. The other one, Hall of Fame NHL goaltender, Martin Brodeur.
Oh.
He's basically literally the Wayne Gretzky of goalies. Holds more NHL records for goalies.
Really?
Yeah, and he's the
What is forgive my ignorance, and forgive my ignorance at home, guys, because I'm not a sports guy. He's the ex-jock. I'm the actor stage thing. So, oh crap, what was the question I was going to ask?
You were gonna ask about records or stuff, or
Yeah, goalie records. What is it? What is a record Like most saves a game, or most saves in a season, or...
Well, let's start with this.
Okay.
He holds the record for most career regular season shutouts.
Okay, so he blocks. Like, he stops...
Yeah. When he was playing and he was in his prime and in his peak, he was untouchable.
Okay.
He holds the record for most career wins.
Because his team won.
Yeah, his team, when they played...
Because he was goalie.
Yeah, when his team played defense, it was shutdown defense.
Interesting. The wall, as it were.
Yeah, what else? One of the only few goalies... I'm going to need this. One of the only few goalies that's played 1,000 career regular season games.
Jeez.
Yeah, and also...
Because when you figure that, like, you're playing on the weekends, right? You're not like playing every night. And the hockey season is how many months?
It just started, so it's going on
But
until...
like on an average season, how many months?
October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Regular season, 7 months.
7 months?
When the playoffs begin, it's on for 2 months.
So, in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, like, you're talking maybe 8 games.
You're basically playing 82 regular season games.
82 games a year.
Yeah. He never played all.
And then he did it for 10 years plus.
Yeah.
To do over 1,000. Or about 1,000.
Yeah, almost 20. Yeah, and also, the other thing is, he's the only goalie in the NHL to score 3 goals.
A goalie scored?
Yeah, it's only happened 18 times in the NHL. He's accounted for 3.
Is that one of those situations where they pulled the goalie?
More often than not,
Okay, because I'm like, it's a hell of a thing to slap shot from one end of the court to the rink. One end of the rink, not court. And, like, to get it in. That's...
One goalie earlier this year got a goal. So it's just, it doesn't happen a great deal. But when it happens...
it does, that's cool.
No, when it happens, it's cool to watch. And
I am having a memory. I think I watched a goalie do that. It was a long time ago. I was watching a sport highlights. There was a bunch of different stuff on it. But it was literally like, goalie scored. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing.
No, goalies in hockey, they can score. It doesn't happen a great deal, but when it happens, it happens.
Magic.
Yeah.
Magic, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's something...
I don't even watch hockey.
Yeah, and it's something to watch. And it will make highlight reels until the end of forever.
I gotta admit, there was a while there where I was loving the highlight reel, like on the sports channel we had, and it was like it was every sport, like golf or basketball, hockey, everything, and it was just the highlights of the week, and it makes you want to watch sports, but then you realize, yeah, those highlights are like every half an hour, like.
Oh yeah.
Or sometimes there is no highlight for that game.
No, I've watched games where it doesn't matter the sport, where there's absolutely no highlights, and I remember there was one. I watch Canadian football. I don't watch the NFL. It's just, I'm going to be honest with you. The NFL is boring as hell.
Too many numbers.
Not only that, it's just the only time I'll watch an NFL game is if I'm at some sort of Super Bowl party with friends, and we're at a place with really good food, really good prizes for contests and stuff, and just take it from there.
I was just thinking, I know, like, off topic, but as soon as you said, like, good food and good friends, and, like, you remember, like, when we used to go to, like, wing night at Honest Lawyer?
Oh, God, I miss that.
God, those are good wings.
In this city, it's just my personal opinion. There's only 2 places where I found really good wings.
Yeah.
And depending on the mood and the day, if I go to Winks on Sunday, it's half price wings.
Really? Wings?
Yes.
Never been there for the wings.
If you go, it's not bad. It's pretty decent.
Right.
I haven't been to Winks in a while, but always get a big wink, because who doesn't like a big wink at Winks? Also, the other place that I like, I'm a lot closer to it now. If I wanted to walk to it, I could.
Ooh, convenient.
Roxbury.
Really?
Yeah, on Mondays,
Nice.
amazing wings there.
Have you ever had alibi wings?
No, but I've been wanting to.
They're big. Like, they look like, you know, they say they're chicken wings, but these things look like turkey wings. They're huge.
One day,
Highly recommend.
I'm a little bit. I live closer to the Alibi.
Yeah.
Not close, but I'd have to bus it.
Oh, okay.
If I felt ambitious, I could walk it, but one of these days I will go to Alibi. It's just never happened. I know I've been invited a bunch of times to go to Alibi. Again, it's just never happened.
It's very roadhousey.
No, that's fine. If the atmosphere is good,
Yeah.
people working there are great, and the people there having their drinks and having their food are having a great time. That's all that matters.
Teresa took me to a Hooters at Niagara Falls. Never been to that before. We had a Hooters here in London, but I never went when it was here.
Same here.
And then,
Same here.
so she's like, let's go take it to Hooters. I'm like, I don't need to go to Hooters. And she's like, come on. I'm like, all right. And they had some really nice looking waitresses, and the food was pretty good. And
I been to a Hooters in Toronto.
Yeah.
And yeah, basically you kind of nailed it. I wasn't hungry. It's just I went there for a beer.
Yeah.
That was it. I talked to a few people there. Talked to the waitress. Waitress was really nice. She was really friendly. Great personality. And yeah, I'll be honest with you. If I could remember where that Hooters is, I'd probably go there for another beer.
GPS.
Yes, GPS. And
I love this day and age we live in.
Oh, it's
Freaking
wonderful.
technology.
Bridges is the captain.
I don't care.
But no, it's just no. Regardless what people think of Hooters, I'm not gonna bring kids there. But it's just it's just I'm gonna go there, have fun, have a couple drinks. If I ever have the wings there at Hooters, I will one day. It's just when I go to Toronto, I'm very particular on the food spots.
Yeah.
There's
I don't even remember what I ate. I think I had like a beer and a slider, like a pulled pork sandwich or something like
the last place I went to in Toronto for eats. It was right by the Bovine.
that. Okay.
And it's just I've seen their stuff for food, and it was incredible. I love good Caribbean food,
Ooh.
and I just decided, you know what? After I did what I wanted to do early in the day, I'm going to go over there for lunch, check it out, enjoy some nice Caribbean food. The one thing I loved, the jerk chicken was great that they had,
Yeah.
but out of everything I've eaten there, the one thing I loved the most was the coleslaw.
Really?
Literally the best coleslaw I've ever had.
Interesting. I'm not a coleslaw fan myself, but that's fascinating. Like,
Yeah, no, they nailed it perfectly. And if I'm in that area again, yeah, I'll go ahead and drop in. And
might as well.
yeah, and like I said, if I'm in that area, but when it comes to food, especially in Toronto, it's just a matter of searching high and low. It's just whether or not you're watching a TikTok video of people going into these food spots. It's like, this is damn good, and definitely worth checking out. Like, I don't think there's a food spot in Toronto that I did not like. So it's just go there, talk to the people working there, have an experience, and that's about it. Like, I remember as I started doing more solo trips in the beginning, doing more solo trips on my own to Toronto. I checked out an exhibit at the ROM. I don't exactly remember which exhibit I checked out at the ROM. It's just I've been to the ROM a bunch of times with really cool exhibits.
Oh yeah, they have tons of
Yeah,
stuff.
especially the specialized exhibits.
Mhm.
That's there for.
I missed out on the what was the one where the human body and like all the different.
I wanted to see that.
That was.
I seen the exhibition they had on tattoo art. That was fantastic.
I heard about that.
yeah.
I didn't see it though.
I highly would have. You would have loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some amazing artists. Out
Also,
there
one of the members of Metallica. Just to get back to Metallica.
Yeah.
He has an outstanding horror movie collection. Probably the best private collection anywhere in the world.
Really?
He's got movie props. He's got
Nice.
costumes that Bela Lugosi wore.
Wow.
He's got movie posters from silent films. He's got stuff from Japan, stuff
Wow.
from every corner of the world.
That's hardcore,
And
man.
he's also got that electrode part from the 1931 Frankenstein.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and that was impressive.
I'm pointing at a Frankenstein face.
I see it,
there.
yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, and the one thing I remember about that trip, I think it was one of those two trips. It was either that or the tattoo trip. I don't remember which one it was. I went to 2 restaurants. Because at the time there was a lot of people, a lot of women I knew that were pregnant at the time.
Oh, okay.
They
It's weird when that happens. When all your friends get pregnant or all get married at the same time, you're like, what the hell?
And they
Something
saw the
water.
food pics I was posting. I went to a Japanese pancake house.
Ooh.
I had tiramisu pancakes.
That sounds amazing.
And yeah, there was 2 women that were pregnant that were not happy about the food pics I was posting.
Aww. That
No,
sounds like a them problem.
It was to a degree, but it's just they were very, very jealous. And the other place I went to, I was in Kensington. A friend of mine highly recommended this place that has really good Mexican food. The only problem is, like myself, I've gone cashless. So this place was cash only.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't want to walk to find my nearest bank to withdraw money.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm here. I'm going to look around and see what I can find. I don't remember the name of the place in Toronto. They specialized in chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay.
It was absolutely incredible.
Nice.
Because when I was trying to figure out what to order from them, part of it was just hunger pain and whatever. There was a person behind me, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to let you go ahead of me because I don't know what to order.
Yeah.
And she said, are you sure? I said, yeah, please.
I
need
knew.
I'm trying to figure this out. And she said, okay. And after just deciding, I just talked to the people working at the front there. I asked them, what is the one thing that you make that put your restaurant on the map of Toronto? And said, it was this. I said, okay, can I have that?
Yeah.
Yeah, no regrets there. It was definitely worth doing. Like, if you go to a restaurant you've never been, yeah, kind of do that. Plain and simple. Because if that's what they stake their reputation on, then go for it.
Well, usually they like you say, like award-winning or what put you on the map. Like that's usually you can't go wrong with that kind of like choice.
Oh yeah, yeah. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Because going by what one person recommends compared to what people working in the actual restaurant,
Yep.
that's a different story. So,
Yep.
yeah, I had my chicken and waffles. It was, I think there was like some sort of barbecue maple sauce with it, and
that sounds incredibly deadly.
it was really, really good. Like, I enjoyed the food there. I remember when I was there in Kensington, you know, I collect media, just like you collect a lot of stuff here. You also collect media as well.
Yep.
I'm looking for, there's one album I'm looking for, and I found it there, and I
Yeah?
don't think I'll ever find it again,
Oh.
for a multitude of reasons.
Okay.
The cost is one of them.
Okay.
At the time, I found original 1986 pressing for the soundtrack to Transformers.
No way.
I had 150.
Actually, I think I knew that already. That sounds very familiar because there's very few people I know that have that.
Yeah,
think you and maybe one other
never
person.
had it. I never had it. I'm looking for
You're
it.
still looking for it?
Yeah.
I think I know somebody that has it, but
And-
I'm not friends with them anymore, I don't think.
That's okay. And it's just, I offered the guy 150 cash. Said not for sale. And he said, said before you offer me another 50 on top of that, it's still not for sale. And I asked him, what's the point of you having it in your store then? He said it's decoration.
Yeah.
And I looked at him, I said, you have this soundtrack on vinyl, and you have someone willing to offer you up to $200 just for the record, cash, and I walk away with it. Why are you not willing to sell it? He said, it's decoration. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't understand that. It's just,
A couple of years before I got my proton packs for my Ghostbuster stuff, I was walking downtown and I went in a video shop. Like they sold like DVDs and videos and VHS and music and stuff like that. And this guy had a proton pack just sitting in the window, and I'm like, "What's the deal with that?" And he's like, "It's not for sale." And I'm like, you really shouldn't have it in your store then, dude, because like that is really false advertising. I literally came in here just to see if that was for sale. I own everything you have in your store that I want, so therefore I have no need to be in here. So
Yeah, it just literally makes no sense.
I can understand that you want to draw people to your establishment, but if the thing that draws them is not for sale, then that's not how you do things.
Yeah,
You know?
and yeah, I was there willing to drop a fair bit of cash.
Yep. Gotta get it.
And I looked around in his shop. It's just that one vinyl record that I wanted. That was what I wanted.
Yeah.
And he said, no,
Sorry about
guys,
your luck,
yeah.
kid. Out you go.
Now, I will still go into Kensington because there's a lot of great shops in Kensington, a lot of great restaurants in Kensington. One place I like going to, I haven't been there in a while, it's called Rasta Pasta,
That sounds familiar. I think I've eaten at Rasta Pasta before.
Italian Jamaican fusion restaurant.
Yeah. I
And-
think I went there with a girl after a convention.
And yeah, the
Good
people,
stuff.
great vibe, great feel.
Mhm.
The people working there are wonderful.
Yeah, portions are good too.
Yeah, and definitely worth the money.
Mm-hmm.
That much I can say. I haven't been there in a while because I'm in that mindset to explore other restaurants in Toronto,
Yep.
and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So looks like you're done with your
I'm
stick.
done. Mine's out, and I feel very good about it. I think yours is almost done too.
All right.
Stub.
There we are. So, since we've reached the end of our cigar smoking, you still stand by where you started?
I was very happy with that. It was very, very smooth, very flavorful, not overpowering. Like usually, sometimes I get a little queasy when I'm smoking with you because you're like a champ, and I'm like once in a blue moon kind of guy. But this was very relaxing. I felt very calm. Like it was very soothing to smoke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Very soothing to have it. So thank you. That was
No
thank
problem.
you for sharing with that.
No problem. I felt very chill with this.
Mm-hmm.
I said at the start of the video, just on spelling it before we lit it, I'm at about a solid 8.
Mhm.
I think I'm at about a 9.
I would definitely
Yeah.
8.5 to 9 is definitely where I'm thinking this is. I would definitely smoke this again.
Oh yeah,
Definitely
easy.
smoke these again. These are great.
Easy, yeah. Like, yeah, I have no issue going back to Havana Castle. The last time I went, I didn't see Tyler. He's the main guy that I
Mhm.
normally deal with. But the other staff there, go see them anyways, even though Tyler's not there.
Shout out to you, Tyler, and the rest of your staff.
Yeah, and I definitely would go there and pick up a few more cigars off of
Mhm.
him. I definitely pick up one more of these.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of that, yeah, this has just been an ideal, pleasant smoke. Not much I can say. I know you had a lot of the alcohol there before coming here. What's your take on it?
The alcohol is actually pretty good. Actually, like you could barely tell it was alcohol. Like
Yeah.
if I told you like, hey, if I poured you a full cup and just said have fun, you probably could have drinking the whole thing, not realizing what I'd given you.
I thought,
It's very sneaky.
yeah, I thought the grape was quite powerful in taste.
Yep, but
the
grape's
peach,
great.
yeah,
Oh.
the peach was quite mellow and it was
Very-
quite nice.
very like aromatic as
Yeah.
it was like as like it was coming down the tumbler, and before it hit my lips, that smell hit my nose. I'm like, oh, this is gonna taste so good, and I was right.
Yeah, you were on the money, money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of it. Like, I don't even know what else I can say.
That's a great place to wrap it up. Like they know where you can find it, they know how we feel about it. So thanks for watching, and tune in next time when Louis brings over something really awesome for me to try with him.
Yeah, it's just if I don't have the good luck of getting together with Sky, I will probably do another video review at some
Yeah.
point. This one, Arturo Fuente, I smoked it a couple weeks ago. It was pretty decent. Had no issues with it. Want to smoke? I usually with cigars. I have a rule of thumb. It's a rule of thumb I share with restaurants. There's one restaurant I'm glad it's gone. Absolutely hated it. They're still around. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But needless to say, we don't talk about that at this moment.
We don't endorse things we don't want to do see successful.
Yeah. It's just, it doesn't matter what it is. Restaurant, cigars in this case, food, and it's a rule of thumb I stand by. try something twice, because
Yeah.
if the first time was off, try it again a second time just in case.
Yep.
And if it was off, you never have to go back there again.
Exactly.
Which is kind of how I feel about everything else. But yeah, that's kind of about it. Where can they find you?
Me? Oh, well, you can find me on Instagram, Sky Westman. I still have Facebook because I'm old. London Batman on Facebook. And if you really want to follow one of my more popular Instagrams, so look up Red Adores Yellow. We're a Lady Deadpool Wolverine comedy duo, and we're really getting viral. It's fantastic.
Awesome. I'll make sure I'll include the details on that.
Thank you.
Myself, you can find me on this YouTube channel. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on on my one Facebook page for photography. If you follow me for photography.
Hit like and subscribe.
Yeah. Also, if you, I'm not trying to do too much on Twitter these days. It's just I don't want to.
X. It's
Yeah.
just a horrible thing.
I try to post stuff on TikTok. For whatever reason, TikTok doesn't like cigars
Ah.
and alcohol.
Ah.
That bothers me because there's
Puritans, you.
No, it's just I get it. It's your terms of service. I get it, but it's just I'm seeing the one beef I have with TikTok is you have people. I haven't seen very much people endorsing cigars on TikTok these days. I think they kind of moved on.
It's a.
But
It's an old thing. It's an
no, it's
ancient
not. No,
thing.
it's not an old thing. It's part of their terms of
Oh,
service.
fair enough.
But you have people that are doing alcoholic beverages and stuff. Even though their follower count is like 100x compared to mine, I don't understand why you're giving them carte blanche when I want to endorse a drink or a cigar.
Well, I think it's one of those situations like the golden rule. Those who have the gold make the rules. So once you get up to a certain level, they don't care anymore.
Yeah, I kind of get that, and I saw that the creator fund thing was open to Canadian creators on TikTok. I haven't quite figured that out, but the rules seem a little bit restrictive compared to people in the States.
Huh. Lovely.
Hey, if Ira's got a great TikTok channel,
Oh, I know. I love
And-
Ira's stuff. He's
and
hilarious.
it's just yeah, like what he does with his Indigenous Weirdo channel,
Oh,
that's incredible.
Makes me laugh
Yeah.
every damn time
Yeah.
I see one.
Yeah, like and also not only
Except
that,
his dad joke videos. I can't stand them. He had me in one of those. And he's like, hey, Batman. Something about like, well, how come your parents aren't proud of you on Father's Day or something like that?
Oh,
it was
God.
such a bad dad joke involving orphans and Batman and stuff. So.
funny, but absolutely
He's
horrible.
he's a wild card, that Ira. I love working with him and hanging out with
I
him.
mean, that was funny, but it's absolutely
Oh.
horrible at the same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
But no, it's just no, the stuff I do on TikTok, I don't post a lot on TikTok. I just don't. Like I'll post what I feel. I try to. I don't post political stuff because I find that there's already enough people on TikTok that do that.
Yeah.
But some of the people I follow on TikTok, very selective because I'm trying to just find the quality stuff and more or less avoid the stuff that's white noise.
Mm-hmm.
One guy that I like, he basically makes sandwiches with dice rolls.
Oh wow, that's either gonna suck or really gonna be awesome. It depends on the roll.
The last sandwich he made was a perfect 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Natural 20 every time.
And as much as I'm guilty of it, I will watch some of the 0 out of 10s.
Oh yeah.
And
well.
it's like, oh, no.
I don't want to eat this.
I don't
Don't
wanna-
put that in your mouth, sir. That was a natural one. That's no.
And I'm looking at it, it's like, no, I don't want to eat that. I don't want you to eat that. And I get it, it's your channel.
Yep.
And
You gotta do what you gotta do.
and you got to eat that. And it was like, no, nothing about this is good. And the last 0 I seen him roll, I was like,
Poor guy.
no, and I gotta give him props.
Hey, if he sticks to the script, then good for him. But like, it's such a shame when it goes to 0. It's like, I remember watching like. Do you watch the Vox Machina TV show? It's
You mentioned it to me.
Prime.
I haven't gotten to it.
Well, I watched like it's an interesting way to make a TV show or a movie because you do your Dungeons and Dragons thing and you roll your dice, and if your character dies, your character dies. If your character does good, your character does good. So they had Will Wheaton from Star Trek on their D&D. Now this doesn't make it into the cartoon at all, but it was hilarious because apparently Will Wheaton has a dice curse, and he can't roll to save his life, literally. So, and it's not just a fluke. Like they actually switched out his dice because they couldn't understand how he was sucking so bad. And everyone else is scoring like bad, good, good, bad, bad. He's just bad, 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 bad. One good, and it was useless.
It leaves me wondering what kind of dice roll sandwich thing he would make.
I know, it probably bad because there's another type of Dungeons and Dragons, not Dungeons and Dragons, but another turn-based dice game where you want to score low to win, and if you score high, you lose. He's rolling natural 20s the whole frickin' time. It's like, wow.
He's really bad at this.
He's cursed. He's cursed. Like the dungeon master's like, I don't know what like ancestor pissed off the wrong Aztec god, but Will Wheaton cannot play Dungeons and Dragons, and he loves Dungeons and Dragons, but his dice rolls are just
his
the
dice
thing
rolls
of legend.
If his dice rolls are bad, then he's got to take a step
And
back.
it's not like they're even making fun of him that like statistically he should be able to have a good roll.
If the data doesn't
20 rolls and they're all bad.
yeah, if the data is unfavorable, then you got to take a step back.
And like I said, the one time he rolled a 20, it was just like a.
You said it was completely useless.
It was useless. It was like he was able to like learn about either a person or an object, and just because his intuition check was high. So as soon as he scored 20, he was like, I want SIN numbers, I want date of birth, I want frickin' this and this and this, and they're like, it's a vase. It's like, yeah, sorry, buddy, you scored high for nothing. And it's,
oh man, that's terrible.
I'll send you the link. I'll find you the link, and it's literally called the Will Wheaton Dice Curse, and it's a great reason to watch Dungeons and Dragons. Not play it. I will never play it, but I'll watch people play it because it's hilarious.
Oh, but yeah, I think we're kind of done here.
All right. Well,
So yeah,
thanks for coming over, bud.
no worries. Yeah, if you're watching the World Series, have fun with that.
Mhm.
I'll try to watch it if I can. If with Halloween, whatever Halloween party you're going to, have fun, be safe, be friendly, get lots of pictures, make it memorable.
Yep.
When's your next con?
I'm going to Frightmare on the Falls tomorrow.
Yeah, go see him.
That's in Niagara Falls. I will be dressed up as Patrick Bateman from American Psycho.
Yeah. Myself, I'll be honest with you. I don't have a lot on the cards. I have stuff I have adult stuff I need to take care of.
Do that first, then fun.
Yeah, once that's done, the only thing I got planned, it's just for next year. It's shock stock. So once I get the pay for the application for the rooms and get my rooms all settled and sorted out, I'm good. As far as the rest of 2025, I'm hoping once I get everything all settled that I need to get settled, I'm hoping to do more urbexing, check out more graffiti stuff.
Yeah.
Look for more cemeteries to explore.
Document that. That's fun.
What else? Try weird alcohols. Try weird foods. I have some ghost pepper chips that I wanted to try.
Yeah.
Just haven't had the chance to. As of late, it's been. I'm not gonna lie. As of late, the only thing I've been trying is soda pops. The last one I tried was from Fanta, and it was the Beetlejuice soda pop.
Oh, I had some of that here. I didn't even finish the can. It was like cinnamon and apple. Or
it was basically the haunted apple.
Yeah, Teresa bought a whole big thing of it, and we each had one can, and we didn't even finish it. And I think she took it with her, and I didn't know how I was going to give it away. So I'm glad she took it out of my house. But like.
Now, because it was limited edition, I thought, sure, I'll try it because it's limited edition. I'm glad I tried it. Would I buy it again? I don't know.
Go see the movie. Don't drink the drink.
Yeah, you heard it from him.
Yeah.
Him there. Myself, I'm probably not going to get another Phantom Apple Beetlejuice thing. There's other stuff I'm willing to try. It's just I haven't gotten around to doing it. So yeah, when I get that stuff, I'll go ahead, document it, and you can nitpick it any which way you want. But yeah, this is kind of because we've been going at it for an hour 50. So
Probably my bedtime soon.
yeah, he's got to crash. I gotta unpack and deconstruct. So yeah, if you like what you see, like, subscribe, comment. Also, if there's any other cigars you want either one of us to explore, leave it in the comment section.
Absolutely. We're not going to know what you want us to try unless you tell us.
Yeah, it's just even if we don't like it, still let us know. We'll explore it. But outside of that, this is it. Happy Halloween to everyone. Good luck to the Yankees and Dodgers in the World Series. I think that series is going to go a full 7. As far as who's going to win, I know who I want to win, but realistically,
that don't mean nothing.
that means nothing. But realistically, this is a series that's going to go a full 7, in my honest opinion. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of highlights, plenty of lowlights, and plenty of WTF moments. So
Those are fun.
they can be. But yeah, on that note, London Batman, Sky, Mr.Eleganza on YouTube, Lewis, if you know me outside of that. So have a good one. We'll see you on the next cigar review video, or whatever the hell
What time? Whenever you decide.
Yeah. So
Same bat time, same bat channel.
okay.